This is the Bacani pencil. It has the best eraser around. It's the best writing pencil ever. It is fast and efficient to write essays and everything that you ever wanted in a pencil. And this is a pencil, and it has the sleekest color design, and it is the best thing ever. It never runs out of lead, and it's the best thing ever. It can also do a backflip. Watch this, ready? That was a backflip. That was actually a front flip, but don't talk about that. This is a backflip. And it is only $4 million. Very cheap, very effective. Amazing.
Welcome to Brain Rot for Adults Part 2. We are your hosts, Dominic DiOrenzo.
And Ryan Sohonic.
Unfortunately, Logan isn't able to be with us this week.
Sadly, he has caught the flu and he can't make it. So we're going to be recording without him.
So, Ryan, what word are we going to start off with?
To start off, we're going to do mewing. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, we've had to be redoing mewing since last time because we got it wrong. We are very sorry.
So, mewing is a term for working on your jaw strength by doing the act of putting your tongue to your tongue to the roof of your mouth and taking all the saliva, pushing it back, and keep on doing that cycle. This actually will give you a sharper jawline and some might even say make you look more attractive.
May you demonstrate for the viewers at home?
Sure. You go. Thank you very much.
Next up, we have aura. We are also doing this one because one of our hosts cannot spell the word aura correctly, so it is A-U-R-A. Pretty much what aura is, it's basically how cool you are. Like, it's a measure of aura. It's like a point system. It's like if you did something really cool, you'd get more aura, but if you did something lame, you'd get less aura. Like if you got like a 3-pointer in basketball, you'd get a ton of aura. But if you tried to throw a milk carton into the trash can and missed, you'd lose a ton of aura.
Our next word will be still water. So, what still water is, it's basically,
Still water is a term popularized by urban exploration YouTube channels and TikTok channels,
Yep.
which is basically water that hasn't been moving, so it's built up a lot of deadly bacteria. So if you jump in it, you could die.
Yeah, basically, so it has brain-eating amoeba that could get into you and get you very sick, and yeah, it just won't be fun. So still water, like, it's just been like a kind of a joke, but it's actually a very serious topic.
Next up, we have mango. Now, you're probably thinking, well, a mango is just a fruit. And it is. But there's also a trend where a person was talking about mangoes a lot, and they started singing a song, and it got made into like this really groovy song. Ryan will demonstrate.
So the song starts off and it goes, mangoes, 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 do, 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 do.
Thank you for that.
That's
Wonderful.
just a part of the song.
Thank you for that, Ryan.
Next, I will be doing phantom tax. So, what phantom tax is, it's kind of like a regular tax, but it's from this guy named Phantom, and he basically takes your food. Let's say Dom has a big tray of food, and I'm like, here comes the phantom tax. And then grab the food, right? If Dom has some really bad food, like let's say he has a salad, I won't take anything. If he has some pretty good food, like fries, I'll take a good amount. And if he has something really good, like Kool-Aid, I take it all.
Next up, we have slay. Slay, you might think it'd be like when you kill something, like slaying a monster. Kind of, because slay is like when you did something really well. People will say it when you like look good or did something well. Spelled and it's basically like, let's say I did something really cool. Ryan could say,
Dom, you just slayed that drawing.
thank you, Ryan.
Slay could also be, it could also be written with many Y's to actually like give it more of a meaning. So
The more Y's you have, supposedly the better it is. Now Ryan's up.
after Slay, we have canon event. So actually, I can stay seated for that. So what a canon event is, it's something big that happens in your life, and this event it'll like change things forever. Like in Spider-Man. Spider-Man's canon event was his aunt dying.
It's his uncle.
Well, yeah, in the new Tom Holland Spider-Man.
No, like in Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yes, in the Miles Morales Spider-Man, his uncle died, and that was his canon event.
Because like every Spider-Man, that's like an event that has to happen for every Spider-Man in every universe.
And every person. So my canon event so far might be chipping my tooth.
But he doesn't know that because we've never met another universe Ryan. Mm-hmm. It's very complicated.
Just watch the movie.
Next up, we have NPC, which actually stems from video games. NPC stands for non-player character, which is basically just like a background character that could help you or you could talk with, but you can't play as the character. Someone could be an NPC by doing like a certain behavior that just looks kind of like weird or strange, like way too ordinary. Like, if someone did exactly the same thing every single day, they could be classified as an NPC because they're never changing their routine at all.
To build off of video games, another thing would be AFK. So AFK stands for away from keyboard. So if you're AFK, that means like you know, I had to go to the bathroom, I had to go get a snack or something, and usually, bro, you'd be like, hey bro, I'm AFK right now. He'd box you up, he'd keep you safe until you're back. Or you might see, if you're just like hanging around in a video game, you might just see a guy standing there. Probably means he's AFK.
Next up, we have It's Giving, which doesn't have a certain end. It's giving underscore underscore underscore. It's just blank. So it could be a lot of stuff. Like if Ryan got like a really cool point in basketball, someone could say it's giving LeBron James because LeBron James plays basketball and it's related to the topic. Or someone could say like Ryan has a very good example.
So it's giving like, it's kind of like almost like a comparing word, like, Dom, your writing is giving slow. This.
Thank you.
So I'm pretty much saying that he's a slow writer. Next up, we have glazing. So what glazing is, it's like if someone's like, you know, like sometimes it can be a good thing, sometimes it can't. You're just like kind of overhyping someone, you know, like saying like, wow, you're so great, you're so awesome. Like, Dom, you're amazing at everything. You're
Really?
the best. No, yeah, you're great. Yeah.
Really?
And then, no, no. So yeah, it's like that would be glazing. And some people might say, oh, that's so like, you're so glazing. But then sometimes like, you know, it might just be a nice compliment.
Finally, we have ratio, which is when, let's say a person posted something on Twitter and then someone replied to it and that reply got more likes than the actual post. That'd be an example of a ratio because the person replying to it like got more like likes than the original post. So I think right now we'll cut to an ad break and we'll be back very soon. Hey, I have quite the product for you. Last time I showed you the Logan. You might notice him. But because we've gotten tens of comments about how no one likes Logan anymore, we added Ryan. Introducing the Rygan. As you can see, we just took Logan and welded Ryan to it. But we've been having some difficulties, like this one. Okay, Reigen, stand up. Nice. But there's also the walking part. Reigen, go make me a sandwich. As you can tell, this hasn't been going very well. Thank you for listening. Wait, but you can get this extraordinary piece of flesh for only $39.99.99 plus 2,000%. Thank you for tuning in to Reigen with even more brain rot terms for you adults to understand. Now Ryan's gonna start us off.
So, to start us off, I have peak. Oh, it's an R. So what peak means is like the best or like awesome. Like that was so fun. Like, oh wow, that ski run, that was peak. Like that was awesome. That was like the best. You know, it's like if you make like a mountain of goodness, of happiness, and like you work your way up, the peak of the mountain. That's like where you thrive. That's the best.
Next up on our list is POG. P-O-G is short for play of the game. It could be like, let's say you're playing Fortnite and you snipe someone from super far away. That could be the play of the game. People will say that when you do something cool, like throw a milk carton into the trash from across the lunchroom, or like throw a paper airplane and hits the teacher. That would be the play of the game.
Or the play of the class. Sometimes the play of the game will be commemorated once the game finishes.
In a sort of highlight reel.
Okay. Next we have KSI. So KSI he's pretty much this YouTuber guy. He's also a boxer, and he made a song. I'll sing a little part of the song. The song is known for being pretty bad, so good.
Very bad.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I skied in, then it Okay, that's just a little bit of it. Yeah, you just go look it up.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
Next up, we have goated. Now, you probably already understand what GOAT means. It means the greatest of all time. But when something's goated, then that means it's even greatester of all time. Like this is goated. This is goated.
After goated, we have Womp Womp. So Womp Womp, it's like, so it's pretty much like saying like, that's too bad, right? So like, Dom, give me an example.
Let's say, supposedly, somebody was hiding around 200 boxes of raisins around the school, and then they got raided by the administration. Massive womp womp. I'm not speaking from experience. Another example of a womp womp would be, like, if you died in a video game, you could be like, womp womp, you died. Like, your friends could be making fun of you.
Like if Dom says to me like, oh, I just got a 0 on a math test, I'm so bad, and I'd be like, yeah, I know, womp womp, and then, like he'd like be mad, because it's like pretty much like a lame excuse, or not lame, could be totally tubular, of like, you know, just saying like that's too bad.
Next up, we have mid. Mid is just short for middle. It's like in the middle of good and in the middle of bad. So if you have bad and good, mid would be somewhere, and good. Mid would be somewhere around here. So like, if something's mid, it could be like a song. It's like, oh, it's pretty good, but it's not that good. It'd be mid. Or like, if like a sports player was really good at scoring, but really bad on defense, they'd be a mid player.
Next up, we have winter arc. This is something like, oh, this is gonna be my prime. This is my like comeback season. Like, you know, like, oh, dude, you're like, you gotta get in shape. Then I'm on my winter arc. It's like, it's your arc in a time. It typically happens around the winter, you know, just because, like, get a gym membership, you know, you get ripped, you get jacked, you know, and you're just like, you get to the arc, you're arcing, right? You're going upwards. So you're like, oh, I'm on my winter arc. Like, yeah, like I'm super jacked, you know. Yeah.
It's a time of mass improvement of both your mind and your body.
Mm-hmm. Some people who go on their winter arc really have no idea what they're doing, and it's kind of a joke.
It's a shame, really.
Yeah. Like real winter arcers.
Next up, we have Vex bolts. Now, if you have existed, you may or may not have heard of the TikToker Vex bolts. Now, Vex bolts recently, on New Year's at midnight, had a mass unfollowing. So that day, New Year's Eve, he went from like 2 million followers up to 8. Then he lost 5 million because everyone was like, we're leaving Vex bolts in 2024 because we don't like him. Because what he would do, he'd keep dragging memes, like the "Sir, put the phone down" and the "Let him cook" meme.
So, sadly, the mass unfollowing, it really wasn't good because in the end, he ended up still gaining after it all, about 2 million followers. And then, it was actually on January 5th. He's kind of postponing it like a long time, but it's the Vex bolts revival. So he's basically trying to bring himself into 2025. All of his friends are too. But, you know, some people are against it. Me personally, I am. I think he should be erased from the TikTok platform. I don't enjoy his videos at all, whatsoever.
Garbage.
Yes. So just go look him up. He's kind of a funky guy, you know. In his revival, he actually featured the Big Justice and AJ Costco guys. You might have seen them. Yeah. So, you know, just go check them out.
Next up, we have plot armor. Now, you've probably heard of this term. It's when in like a story or a book or a movie or like a short story or like a poem, really just any story, a character, like the main character, you know that they can't die because that just destroy the plot. So they have plot armor because they're being protected by the plot. Like, let's say your favorite show, the main character, like, gets into a really dangerous situation. You know that they can't die because that would just destroy the whole show.
Sometimes this doesn't happen, like when Iron Man died.
Spoiler.
Everyone's watched it. Iron Man died, you know, in Maze Runner when, like, Chuck died.
Chunk.
Yeah, you know, just like, it's like, yeah.
Double chunk chocolate.
Okay, next we got no cap. This does not mean I'm not wearing a hat. It means, like,
He
I'm
is
not
not wearing a
lying.
hat.
Like, if I'm like, dude, I jumped off a 50-foot bridge into water doing a triple backflip, and you'd say, like, yo, that's so cap, and I'm like, nah, that's not cap. No cap. Like,
It's
cap
cap.
means, like, you're lying. But I'm not, because that's no cap. Yo.
Thank you again for tuning into us. We'll be right with some ad breaks. Please rate us 5 big booms, and we'll be right back.
What's up, guys? This is the Honda Pilot pencil. I know it's a mouthful, but you can pack a lot and do so much with this pencil. This takes on the biggest loads of writing. So the Honda Pilot pencil is the best way for you to write long essays and paragraphs in school, work, or anywhere. The pencil is only $300 because of its capacity for amount of writing it can do. And our opponents have nothing like this. Although their pencil might do speed, it can only last for a short amount of time. Unlike the Honda Pilot pencil, you can tell it's very girthy and big because of how big it is. Thank you. And I approve this message.
Welcome back to Brain Rot for Adults. If you've forgotten, I'm Dominic DiOrenzo, and this is Ryan Sohonic.
I'm Ryan Sohonic.
He's not paying attention. So we have even more brain rot terms to explain to you guys, because we never really run out people these days. So First one we have canceled. Now, Ryan's gonna do canceled because he does nothing.
Canceled is so canceled is like stop. Okay.
Okay, I'm doing it. Canceled is like if a person does something really bad or like really inappropriate on social media, they'll get canceled. Like their account could get deleted, people could like crazy unfollow them.
Like Vexfold.
Yeah, but this time it'd work.
Yeah.
And like they just be canceled. Their whole social media presence ruined.
Like if
carbon
they say,
footprint,
like-
everything.
Like
Some reasons people could get canceled are if they made a song that have really bad lyrics,
KSI.
or if they like said something really inappropriate or offensive. Now Ryan will have our next one.
Okay, so POV is like so it means point of view. And so like it's like POV, I'm going to the store right now. Like, okay, POV, me when I just spent $100 at Target for nothing. So, yep, it means point of view, like it's trying to like say the story of what you're doing currently.
Next up, we have the Hawk meme coin. Now, you probably already know this, but earlier last year, actually, a girl named Haley Welch became famous for saying Hawk Tua into a camera. It's really dumb. But she launched a meme coin because that's kind of massive these days. And like what they had the Hawk Tua meme coin. And what they did, the company behind the meme coin sold all of it after it got worth a ton of money. So that's a scam. So the company might get sued. And yeah, it was really bad. Not very nice.
So the next one we have absolute unit. So absolute unit means like a massive like tank. So
Massive.
yeah. So I could say Dom, like if Dom is wearing like a giant suit of armor, like like a giant like thing.
A massive
and then I
suit
could
of
be
armor.
like, Dom, you're an absolute unit. Like it's something that's very powerful, like can't be taken down. Just yeah.
Like P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the ick. This is one of my least favorite words because it's just really annoying and just bad. So the ick is something that people will get if they see it in like a partner of theirs. Like let's say I was going on a date and one of my icks was a person being financially irresponsible. If I saw they spent like a ton of money on something dumb, then I'd probably get the ick and not want to go out with them anymore. It's really dumb and really sad.
The next one we have is Locked in Alien. Locked in Alien is a alien. It's like a picture of an alien.
It's AI generated.
Yeah. And it's like a song. It's about another topic that we're going to get. It goes taper fade, yeah. So yeah, it's like that. And it's just an edit of him, of the alien. Yeah, just kind of standing there.
Next up, we have a red flag or a green flag. You've probably already heard of these, but in like a relationship, a red flag is like a warning sign. Like if you see this, you might not want to date this person. But a green flag, it's a thumbs up, double thumbs up, 5 big booms. That's like something good. If you see someone who's smart with money, that's a green flag. But if you see someone who's irresponsible with money, that's a red flag.
So going back to Vex bolts, the next one is let him cook. So it'd be let him cook now, let him cook. I said let him cook, and it's a thing that Vex bolts made. And
Did you make it?
yeah, and let him cook means like it doesn't mean literally like I'm cooking a hamburger.
Or
It
math.
means I'm like doing really good in something like like I'm like cooking in soccer, like I'm doing really good. I just like cross the guy up, you know, and you'd be like, let him cook, let him cook.
Next up, we have the skull emoji. Now, this may be the emoji of all time because people could say like, let's imagine a texting scenario. Person A says, bro, I just tripped down a flight of stairs and almost died. The perfect response from person B would be the skull emoji because it conveys the message, I'm dead. Ryan's
Next
turn.
up, we have down bad. Like, Dom's like, oh, I like,
Excuse me.
like, if Dom like did something, and
Like, if I like ran through the hallway screaming, that'd be very bad.
yeah, like, oh, you're down bad. Like, you're kind of like crazy, you know, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, like, you're down bad, Dom.
Next up, we have Baby Gronk and Livy Dunn. Baby Gronk is some random person. I don't know how he got famous, but people call him Baby Gronk for some weird reason.
I personally
And
don't like him.
Livy Dunn is like a social media influencer, and apparently they rizzed each other up in the state of Ohio. I don't get it.
Next, we might have, this might be the most massive,
Massive.
like, this is the most important
Massive.
thing on this list. It is so massive. And this is the Ninja low taper fade meme.
Low taper fade.
So, Ninja, the streamer, the Fortnite streamer,
He's massive.
yeah, he's absolutely massive. Like, biggest meme 2024 and 2025. It's gonna keep on going. So basically, so someone made a meme. He's like, imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade, and it's like talking about the streamer. And then he got a low taper fade, and it was like, oh my god, Ninja got a low taper fade. And he kept on saying like, oh, it's still massive, it's still massive. He's not lying. It is the most massive meme ever. It is just amazing. Look it up. Go follow Ninja. He's the most massive streamer. It's awesome.
But the craziest thing about it is, Ninja, like in the beginning, Ninja was just dragging the meme on and on. So he was like, guys, I just have that low taper fade. So people were like, okay, we're getting sick of this. So the meme died out. Ninja kept dragging it so hard, it came back from the dead, and now it's massive.
It's absolutely massive. Everyone loves it. There's no haters. It's gonna keep on going. It is the most massive meme ever.
Massive. You know what else is massive? The low taper fade meme. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for watching Brain Rot for Adults Part 2 again. So I hope you rate us 6 big booms.
Boom!
Boom! Boom! Boom! Boom! Boom! Catch you later.